Hello besties, welcome back to the channel. On today's channel I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful stylish dress. If this is what you're interested in, I would like to say you should keep on watching. If you're just seeing this channel for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. To my return subscribers, I love you all. Thank you for always stopping by my channel and engaging. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could be notified whenever I post new videos. Yeah, this channel is all about tutorials on how to make trendy dresses, streetwears, bobo, like different kinds of outfits. So let's get right into the video. So first of all, we'll be marking on our pattern paper. I'll be marking our starting line just the way you see me do. Then after marking my starting line, I wanted to make it all the way like minus and start measuring, but for the sake of the people who are just seeing this channel for the first time, I'm going to draft out our basic bodies before cutting out this pattern paper. So first of all, a client actually requested for this, and the client is a bit bigger than I am, right? So I decided to film the process. Okay, so I'll be taking her vertical point, which is her bust point, her under bust, her waistline, the hip length, that's her hip length, and the length of this dress. The length of this dress is going to be 34, so I'll be marking that exact 34 on this dress because she said she wants her dress to be short, but when drafting on the fabric, I'm going to add about half of an inch on the hemming allowance, right? So I'm going to mark the lines. This is going to be a very easy and quick tutorial. It's very simple. I know it looks difficult, but trust me, it's not difficult. It's a very simple tutorial. Okay, so after marking the lines, I'm going to go ahead to label my lines. I'm going to label the bust point, under bust, waistline, hip line, and my full length. All right, so on the shoulder, on the starting line, I'm going to divide her shoulder divided by 2. Her shoulder divided by 2 is 8.5. I'm going to mark her neck depth 3, her neck width 3, her neck depth 3, even though I'm not making use of that, but I'm just using it as a guide for the sake of the people who are just seeing this channel for the first time, because I want this video to be detailed and well understood. All right, so I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope and I connected it into the neckline. From that shoulder, that's 1 inch I came down from the shoulder slope. I'm going to mark 8.5 inches, which is her armhole, mark a vertical line and a straight line as well, just the way you saw me do on the video. So for the armhole curve, I'm just trying to create the armhole curve. Divide what you have on the armhole by 2, come out by 1/4 of an inch and make your armhole curve. So the next thing I'm going to do, I will just label that my chest line so you guys will know. So I'll be dividing her bust span. From the bust point, I'll be dividing her bust span, which is her nipple to nipple divided by 2. Her nipple to nipple is 9, divided by 2 is 4.5. okay, so I'm going to mark that all the way to the length, the full length of this dress and of this pattern. That's the dress. Then connect a straight line just like so, right? So from the waistline, I'm going to be coming out by 1 inch from the center front and from the side front, 1 inch. On the hip line, I'll come out as well 1 inch, and I'm going to mark a straight line connecting it to from the under bust to the waistline to the half length and to the full length. Do you understand? Just the way you see me doing. Mark a straight line to meet the under bust. Then I'll use my curve rule to make a curve, right? Just the way you see me doing to meet the bust point, just like so. Hope you guys understand what I'm doing. This is what I normally do when making it any dress, right? It's common if you've been following my channel. Then I'll come up by 1 inch. I want to come up by 1 inch, right? You can maintain your chest line, but I want to come up by 1 inch. You can come up by 2 inch if you don't want your chest line to expose. Then I'll mark 1 inch again out of that. That's to tighten my over bust. Do you understand? To tighten the over bust, I came up by 1 inch on each side. Then to how deep I want this to be. If you watch the one on the thumbnail, it's very deep. It's very close to the under bust. The opening is very close to the under bust, right? The one on the thumbnail. Sorry, you're not seeing what I'm doing. This is it. It's very close to the under bust. So from the under bust, I'll come up by 1 inch, right? You can decide to come up by 3 inch if you don't want yours to expose, but my client wants exactly what's on the thumbnail. So I came up by 1 inch from the under bust, and I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect it to meet my new chest line, right? Use your curve ruler to connect it to meet my new chest line. Then I'm going to, from that other side as well, I'm going to make a curve, right? Just make a curve, then slant it like a little bit of armhole to give it that armhole curve a little, just the way you saw me do. Now I'm going to be inserting her body measurements. So I'll be dividing her bust divided by her bust divided by 4 is 11.5. I am going to chalk it down. I'm going to mark it down. Then I will add 1.5 inches for seam allowance. I did not replace, I forgot to replace it there, but I later replaced it. The dart on the over bust, I did not replace it on the bust point, but I later replaced it. So on her waistline, this is when I replaced the dart intake. I forgot to replace it, but I replaced it back. So replace your dart intake on your over bust, right? So her waist divided by 4 is 10. I'll replace the dart intake and add 1.5 inches as well for seam allowance. On the hip line, I'll divide her hip divided by 4 is 12.5. I'll replace the dart intake and mark 1.5 inch for seam allowance, even though I later added about 3.5 inches because this dress has an A-line effect, right? It has an A-line effect. If you watch the one on the thumbnail, is an A-line. All right, so I added more allowance on the hip line area, just the hip line. Okay, just the hip line, guys. Add about, if you take your hip measurement, you add about 4 to 5 inches allowance after replacing your dart intake, right? So I added more allowance on the hip line to give you that A-line effect. Then I curved it with my curve rule, and I'm going to extend the curve to the length of this dress, just the way you see me doing. Hope it's clear, guys. This is very simple. I am done drafting. I'll go ahead and cut it out. I hope this was very, very like the video, the explanation was detailed, well detailed. If you have any question, just leave that down in the comment section and I'm going to respond to that, right? So if you've watched up to this extent, watch and see how I am cutting it. If you've watched up to this extent, please don't forget, and you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, please, guys, I beg you. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you could be notified whenever I post beautiful tutorials. Let's get right into the video now. I'm going to open up the dart legs just the way you see me doing. Now for this particular tutorial, I use 3 yards of Mikado fabric. Yes, you can use a thick crepe, but I won't advise you to use a thick crepe or any other fabric. No, if you want to get what's exactly on the thumbnail and the video I showcased me wearing it, if you want to get the exact dress, use Mikado. So I labeled my pattern paper center front and side front. So guys, for the back, I got a fresh pattern paper. I marked 1.5 inches for my zipper, and I'll be using the front to trace out the back. Now you're going to overlap that place we have that bust effect on the pattern paper. You overlap it to the other side. Hope you understand, because the back does not have a bust, so you overlap it, right? Then the back neckline, I want it to be deep, so it started from the bust point, right? It started from the bust point, so I merged it together. As you can see, I overlapped that bust effect on each other. Then I'm going to trace this out, the length. I'll trace out the sides, right? Just the way you see me doing. Hope you guys understand what I did here. The back is not having any darts. Yes, the back is not going to have any darts at all, right? So overlap the front pattern paper, the bust area which we cut. You're going to overlap it together before tracing out. Do you understand? So for zipper bulge, I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch from the waistline, then slant it or down and up, just the way you see me doing. So I will go ahead and cut this out. I am done. For the back, is as simple as that. Hope you see that this tutorial is very, very simple. Like, it's very, very, very easy, right? But when looking at it, it looks difficult for some people, I know, right? But don't worry, this channel, I love bringing like trendy styles for you guys. Of course, it's festive period, and I am going to try my best to bring trendy outfits for you guys. Okay, so I have I've traced it out. I'm going to cut out the zipper bulge just the way you see me doing, right? So this is it, guys. I'm just going to cut it out just the way you see me doing. Then after this, I'm going to transfer to, I labeled it the back. I'm going to transfer to fabric, right? Hope you guys understand the drafting part of this tutorial. So guys, I've gone ahead to transfer it to fabric. This is what I have. Now the front, I used lining for the front, but the lining I used is same thing as the main fabric. Okay, this is it. So one for the main for the main dress, one for the lining. I use same fabric for both the lining and the main fabric, like both the lining and the main dress. Like I use same fabric as the main fabric for the lining as well, for the front and for the back. Okay, so and I gave it half inch while cutting. So this is my back, though the back does not have a full lining. It just has a facing short lining on it, right? Just the front is the only thing that has a full lining, right? So I'm going to separate this and we'll be working. I'm going to unpin this and we'll be working on the front. So like I said, use a Mikado fabric. If you want this dress to come out very fine on you or your clients, use a Mikado fabric. That is what I am using, and that is what they use on the one on the thumbnail, for the one on the thumbnail. So I'm going to separate the lining piece now, set it aside, open up my center front just the way you see me doing, and I will join it. So I brought one of the side fronts and pin, I'll be pinning it to the center front just the way you see me doing. Can you see what I am doing? So when I am done, I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing for this particular piece. I'm going to do it for the lining piece as well, for the front, right? I'm going to do the same thing for the lining piece as well. And for how many yards I use for this, I used 3 yards for this. Even though it came out, it was too much, I didn't finish it. Like I didn't make use of the 3 yards, all the 3 yards. So if you want to make yours 2 yards, it's okay. All right, if you're on the bigger side, 2 yards is okay. If you're on the smaller side, make use of 1.5 yards. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, stitch with half inch or 1/4 inch. I'll stitch it, and I'll do same thing for the lining as well, like I said. So guys, as I was done, this is how it looks. I did same thing. As you can see, I gave it notch. Same thing I did for the main fabric, I did it for the lining piece, and I gave them notches for it to relax. Okay, so this is how it looks. So I'm going to be joining them together. So but before that, I've made my strand. Yeah, I made my strand, and I have 2 strands here. That's 2 rope here. So I'm going to place it on the center just this way. Use my pin to secure it down. I'll be using the lining to turn it over. Put the other one, use my pin to secure it down, right? So hope you guys understand what I'm doing. Now I am going to join the lining piece to the main fabric. So I will join with 1/4 inch all along, like join all along till I get to the length, the end. Do same thing the other side, join the down as well. But I'll be leaving some opening by the side. I'll be leaving opening by the side that I will turn it over to, right? So when I'm done, I will show you how it looks. So for the back, so this is the back piece. I'm going to be joining the facing, that's the lining. Let me just call it lining, even though it's not a full lining, guys. So this is it. I'm going to join it just this way to turn the neckline. I will sew the side, leaving the base open. Leaving the base open. When I am done, I will show you how it looks. Okay, so guys, when I was done, this is how it's looking. This is the front piece, right? And the down, as you can see, the hem part of the hem side of the full length of the back, I hemmed it. Can you see? I hemmed it, right? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? I hemmed the full length of the back, because the lining for the back is not a full lining as the front. All right, so I'm going to join these sides. I will join the sides, use a loose stitch to close up my zipper. All right, then I'm going to attach this. I'll add my zipper to it, join it side to side, and add the rope, extend the rope to the back. Can you see what I'm doing? About 3 or 4 inches away from the zipper. Do you understand? 3 or 4 inches away from the zipper. So guys, after I was done, this is how it looked. The zipper I used is not the same color. I just use it to just for the sake of the tutorial, right? I'm going to get another zip to will change the zip to the exact color of the fabric, right? I forgot to get a zipper for this, but for the sake of the tutorial, I just added that zip just to, you know, show you guys how everything came out. So now the appliques I'm using, I got this in the market. Yeah, I got per yard was 2.5, yes, for this particular applique. So I don't know how much you'll be selling it on your in your area. Sorry guys, I don't know how much you'll be selling it in your area. So I'll be using my gum, whatever gum you have, just use it to add this all round till you get to the back. Okay, so we have come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. I hope you find this tutorial interesting. I would like to know what you think about this dress down the comment section, and if you've learned one or two out of this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, share this video to family and friends. A lot of people have been wanting to make this dress, but they don't know how to go about it. So share this video so it will get to the right audience, right? And the algorithm will know that we're doing something great on this channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I beg you in the name of God, it's a season of love. Click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this. All right guys, see you on my next video. Bye.